Hello, Adam here from Daft Sounds, and today we're looking at Front Daw by Sound Device Digital / UnitedPlugins. And this is actually a plugin I love, and not just because it's got a mildly amusing, not really, pun of a name. This is a plugin I use quite a lot, and it's just had a free update for existing users, and there's a special discounted offer on at the moment of 69% off if you buy it new, and I thoroughly recommend it. I, like a lot of people out there, am quite picky when it comes to saturation and digital distortion and plugins that claim to create that analog tape drive kind of sound, because quite frankly, none of them really do. And this is an example of it kind of not really doing it massively authentically, but it just sounds really good. So you can get it from the UnitedPlugins website, unitedplugins.com, and I'm not quite sure how long the offer is on for, but I can't recommend it enough. It's really good, and it gets use on most of my recordings these days without a second thought. So here it is. The interface has had a bit of an upgrade, although you wouldn't guess it from the amount of distressing going on the GUI there. Have they gone overboard on that? I mean, that's quite scratched, isn't it? That's and I don't know why, like, this left-hand side is more scratched than this right-hand side. There's a very clear line going down there. Not a massive fan of the new look, but hey, it does the job. It's fine. So this upgraded version has a couple of nice new features. We've gone into a slightly more square shape, whereas the previous one was quite long and thin and tall, and it had a fader for the output. Now we've got a little knob. It's all resizable, which is nice, and they've added a couple of other buttons. So we've got bruh, which I think was an abbreviation of British, which was an attempt at recreating the old Neve consoles. We had US, which was the United States API kind of console, and GE, which was recreating the germanium thing, and that was a good favourite of mine. So yeah, you got a few options there, and they've added MG for magnetic tape, I think. So this is more of a tape drive distortion, and CL for clip. And yeah, let's see how they work. So when it comes to recording real drums lately, I've been putting this on the drum bus rather than a bus compressor. Quite often I go for an SSL bus compressor in the past, but lately I've been using this, and it doesn't kill all the dynamics. It grits stuff up, but it also contains it like a compressor does, but it doesn't compress it in the way that compressor does. So let's have a little listen to this on the drum bus. Now, I tried to level match it, but it's not perfect. So this is without the front door. And with. And yeah, it just crunches it up in a really satisfying way. It's great. So let's have another look at that and just try a couple of the other settings. So we're on germanium there. Let's try the new magnetic tape one. Ooh, smooth. That's quite nice. And clip. It's a bit more aggressive. A nice touch on this plugin as well is the way this lights up to show how hot you're hitting it, so we can really push that. really go overboard. Oh, the tape is really smooth. So yeah, basically you drive it with the input and the mojo and just find the sweet spot. We've also got the high pass filter down here to just let the bass drum through. So yeah, it's really nice. In the track, just have a little listen. I'll try it with the tape, I think. I really like the tape. Lush, really nice. So the other place I use it quite a lot is on vocals. So let's just have a little listen. I think I've got an instance of it on here. Yep. So I'm going through the Neve kind of channel. And again, you can just drive it really nicely. So yeah, there it is, Front Daw. So a comparable plugin would be the Waves NLS, I think it's called, NLS channel, which looks a little bit like this. Again, I think this is emulating a SSL. Is that an API or something else? Not sure what that is. And a Neve, kind of doing a similar console thing. So let's do a little comparison. Is the Front Daw. And here's the Waves. Similar kind of crunch. Obviously, I haven't taken the time to match up the settings and stuff, but yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, this is a plugin I use a lot, and it's great. It just adds a bit of character. This new updated version is great. The new type of saturation, the MG and the CL, great, really good, especially the magnetic tape setting. Love that. That's really nice. Obviously you've got oversampling as well. It's so CPU friendly, you can put it on every track and just use it as almost like a preamp and just kind of give stuff subtle flavors. And yeah, credit where it's due, this is a great little plugin, and it might not be as flashy. This is a flavor thing, but it really does make a difference, and you can really take it to extremes. God, you sold us all a lie, and we bought it every time. You made it sound divine, but it was barely still alive. You get great vocal distortion out of it. Really pushing. My God, you sold us all a lie, and we bought it every time. You made it sound divine, but it was barely still alive. There you go. Yeah, it's a favourite of mine, basically. So I recommend it. Free upgrade to existing users. Really reasonable price. I think it's available on Plugin Boutique and all the other places. So yeah, thoroughly recommend.